Hey Flosstube, it's Kim, aka Spartan Stitcher on Instagram, and today is the 1st of March 2025. This is Flosstube number 145. If it looks like my lips are redder, my tongue is a little red, that's because the girls and I just had Slurpees from 7-Eleven. I took them to Joann's this morning so we could, they have started crocheting. So got some yarn for them. And also just wanted to see what the condition of the store was, since it was announced either this week or the week before that all Joann fabric stores are going to be closing. The sales I saw, everything was between 10 and 30% off in my store. The DMC was almost nothing was left. There's very little left, very little fabric left. One 17 by 17 Q-snap. So I didn't pick up anything stitching related. I picked up a few other things, but we'll save that for haul. Anyways, we got Slurpees on the way home, and I don't really care. So I'm a little red, but you know, who cares? We're going to make a Flosstube video anyways. Like I said, today is March 1st. We're going to talk about my stitching progress in February. I worked on 7 different pieces. I got 3 full coverage page finishes and 1 non-full coverage page finish. So let's talk about it. Let's see. You know that I spend the first 2 weeks of each month on my Haid sale, which is Jelly World. Let me show you the mock-up of that one. Excuse me, not the mock-up, the PDF, because we only have the first 4 pages right now. So this is Jelly World. My goal for the year is to get the 6 pages done so I can get the rest of the charts. Oops, sorry. And I worked on it for 13 out of the 14 days of the first 2 weeks. I put in 4,300 tent stitches, so I now have 8,500 tent stitches done on it. So I'm at 28% of the first 4 pages, so I have more than 1 page equivalent. But I am working across the width of the Q-snap. So you can see I've moved on from the blues into the browns, and that's just because I'm, you know, I've got all the colors sorted on my pattern keeper, and I am going from most colors to least right now just to fill in the biggest areas. So, also as a disclaimer, I do have 1 cat in the room, so if you hear any mischief, that would be Emerald. So, 25 count. There she is. 25 count, 2/1 continental tent stitch on this one. So I will go back to working on that starting today. Let's see. I worked on Odin. This is a chart by, no, sorry, she jumped on the bed and bumped the camera. So this is Odin by Xana Cross Stitch on Etsy. There are only 9 or 11 colors in this one. The goal for the year, I believe, is just over 12,000 tent stitches. I was hoping to get more, something like half of those done, but I worked on it for a week, and you'd think with that few colors, I'd get quite a bit of progress done. But I only got 4,151 tent stitches done in 7 days. But I did get the page finish. So everything went into this page right here with his hand, and then I started on more of the first raven there. So that is about 4,100 stitches. This is 28 count, so 2/1 continental tent stitch on 28 count. Easy count. So that one is now at 18.91% done, almost 19% done. That, I believe, is going to be my 2029 finish on that one. And next I moved on to Supersized Color Expansion Museum Shelf. And I was working on this page right here at the top of the steps, and that big, look at that vase. So just when I did this lower part of the steps, that page went really quick for me. So same thing up here, This upper part of the steps went really quick, but the confetti in that vase and the handrail was significant. So I spent a total of 10 days on it, but I only stitched on it 8 of those 10 days. I got the page finish, 6,567 tent stitches. So this is 25 count, 2/1. The cat is trying to get at the blinds, so that's what you hear. So there is the page that I got done. You can see all those colors in the vase, and then the detail in the handrail. So there you go. That is one first page done on this one this year. So we are officially back into Egypt. Again, if you have any questions about this PVC frame that I made myself, I always link the videos below where I talked more about it. Hold on just a second. I'm going to get her out of the room. Okay, now she's not distracting me. After that, I worked on Half-Blood Prince by Tilton Crafts. This is retired. Artwork by Daniel Kordick. Worked on this one for 7 days. I stitched on it 6 of those 7 days. Got the page finish. This one only has 35 colors in it. 25 count, easy count. Put in 5,603 tent stitches. So that is the whole piece so far. It is now just over 50% complete. And so we added the page with Draco. You got a little bit more of Snape behind him and a little more on Harry's head. So this one, the goal, I think, is 20,000 stitches into it this year. So got quite a bit more work into it. We'll definitely finish the row and start the next row into it. That's why, so at the beginning of this year, I'm pretty much trying to focus on the pieces that I have a higher stitch goal or a higher page count goal, so I can, you know, start on that and have plenty of time to get the rest of it done later this year. So Museum Shelf, I want to get 3 pages done. This one has 20,000 stitches. Odin, I said at 12. Story Keep What Lies Within that I worked on in January has about 14. And then, of course, Sunday Delight has 4 pages to get my finish. So, trying to work on some of those big ones and mixing them in with some of the smaller ones. So that is Half-Blood Prince. Because I wasn't working on a Stitches So Beautiful challenge this month for that approximately 100 stitches per day, I decided to work on Big Red Ship of Life by Ink Circles. This one was a UFO, but I brought it back out last year, did a little bit of work onto it, and I was starting this page. I only had a little bit into this page with the horse, and we are seeing the very top part of the deck on the ship. So I had the beginning of the horse's head, and then part of this mast, or whatever you call that part of the ship. So my goal was, even though we had 28 days in February and I wanted to do 100 stitches a day, I wanted to stretch it a little bit, and my goal was 3,500 stitches for the month. Well, I was getting close. You know, I used that RainbowSheetsStudio cross stitch tracker, so I was getting close to that, and I knew I was going to reach it. But then I was also getting close to the page finish. So, as is the usual with me, as soon as I see that I'm accomplishing my goal, I say, okay, let's stretch the goal and go for the next, you know, whatever. So then my goal became a page finish. I got the page finish, even though it really wasn't enjoyable to work on this every single day. And I only worked on it There's 3 days in the month I didn't put any stitches into it. It all depends on these weekdays, like how tired I am. If I get to work on all 3 pieces that I'm, trying to hit, some days I don't get all 3 pieces. So anyways, there is the full piece so far. This is 28 count tea-dyed, I just had a brain fart, Monaco by MCG Textiles. I'm using DMC 3808, and there is a close-up of the page that I finished. So my arbitrary goal on this one was 10,000 stitches for the year. Not confident I'm going to reach that one. So I put in for this page finish 3,700 and about 56 stitches into it. The whole piece is now 68% complete. So there you go. As I said, 25 days out of 28, I touched it. And here at the end of the month, after I got my page finish on Half-Blood Prints, I started working on my stained glass pumpkin. It's called Halloween. Etsy shop is Sharova Creations, and this is the one I'm doing extreme cross country, starting with the black first. And I was up here in this corner. Okay, so for the last 4 days of February, I worked on it 3 of those days because I was aiming for that page finish. I put in just over 1,400 tent stitches of black. So I had like half of this circular border done. So that 1,400 stitches is from here down, was added to it. And I have decided the plans can change. So for my 100 stitches per day that, I was doing the Stitches So Beautiful challenge in January. I didn't do it in February. Later today, she is supposed to announce the March challenge. So I don't know what the reward chart is yet, so plans may change. But as of right now, I'm going to be working on this one for 100 tent stitches per day to get more into it, because my goal for the year was 10,000 tent stitches. So I've already got 1,400 done. So we'll probably see more progress on this one in March. Just as I said, for those higher goals, I'm trying to hit those early. All right, and then the last piece I worked on, I didn't grab the printout, but I can show you. So for the second 2 weeks of the year, second 2 weeks of the month, I put 250 stitches daily into Kindred Spirits by Jody Bergsma. This is my 2028 full coverage finish. So I finished a row last time. I finished this top right page, and so now I am working on these 2 pages right here. And what I did is I worked in all of the parked threads, and then I started working on the cream colors, because I wanted to see if I could zero any colors, if I could finish any of them. And I was able to finish 5 out of the 87 colors on the piece. So I worked on it of the second 14 days of February. I think there was 1 day I didn't work. So again, 13 out of 14 days. Just over 4,000 tent stitches on it. So I did not take it off the frame this time, but you can see there, the dark stitches were the parked threads, and then just working on that cream. And then all of this is broken up because his giant forelock is going to be coming into that. So, and again, we're not going to see his eye on this page. His eye is down here. So there is the row that I'm working on. So hopefully in March I can get another page finish. We'll continue to work on this. I need to get at least, I think it's $37.50 each month done on it. But, so adding up what I got done in January for that page finish and adding up this section, I have already surpassed 10,000 tent stitches on it for the year. My goal is 42,900 tent stitches. So out of 2 months, we're like almost a quarter there. So we'll see if I can keep up the pace. If so, then I would reach that 42,900 September-ish, and then I can work on something else. I'm not going to, keep pushing myself to work on this. So I'll reward myself by doing those, 2 weeks of daily stitches on probably a supersized piece, because they need the extra work. So, like I said, 5 colors are done. It is now at 37.69% complete. Again, 2028 finish on this one. So that is all 7 pieces that I worked on this month. Let's talk about stitch counts. Okay, so Big Red Ship of Life was my only non-full coverage piece. So that got 3,756 full cross stitches. Out of my full cross pieces, I put in 26,122 tent stitches. I stitched every single day. This puts my year-to-date full coverage tent stitches at 57,931. My non-full coverage year-to-date total at 6,556. For February, my lowest stitch day, I only put in 203 stitches. And those were tent stitches, I believe. And my highest stitching day in February, I had 2,592. 15 out of the 28 days had over 1,000. That's combined full cross and tent. 15 days over 1,000 stitches. Let's talk about haul. So for completing the January Stitches So Beautiful challenge, the reward chart is what I was calling Fairy Light Forest. It's actually called Magical Forest Lights. And so this is the art. You can see she charted it to be 400 by 400 with 126 colors. And I will show you the mock-up in Pattern Keeper. So it looks pretty good. And I went ahead and I opened up to look at page 1 because I was expecting this to be high confetti. But just looking at page 1 up here in this corner, it is dark, but it wasn't actually looking like that much confetti. So I'm sure this will probably be a start at some point this year, depending on more Stitches So Beautiful challenges. So I got that. And then just like I bought the supersized Books of Dreams by Randall Spangler to use scraps of fabric, I have even smaller scraps that are too small to do a story keep or, mini Haid, like a book like that. So what I did is I went on to Etsy and I looked at full coverage bookmark charts. And I've been looking at, there's a couple different designers that have U.S. national parks, either in like little minis, like square or rectangular designs, and then some that actually have the bookmarks. And I decided to buy a couple sets from the Etsy shop, Author Embroidered Design. I will link that below. So these are all national park bookmarks. Some of them do have duplicate parks with different designs. So I just went to their site and because this was the easiest way to show you, because when you, I bought 3 sets so I could get the 30% off. But when you get the download, each one is individually. So if you buy this one, you get 5 different files. And as just to show you, so this one with the bison and the Grand Prismatic Hot Spring, that's Yellowstone, obviously. But this one on the end with the waterfall is also Yellowstone. So just to show you, there are a couple different, like this is the redwoods, and then it's hard for me to see. Now there was like 2 Grand Canyons, and anyways, you get the point. The sizes are about 29 wide by 112 high for these ones. There is, I forgot the name of the other shop I was looking at, that's slightly wider but shorter. So a couple of different ideas. If that idea intrigues you, to use up more of your scraps. So the potential, I could be starting a bookmark this month. So that was also part of my haul. When I went to Joann's today, I didn't buy anything like absolutely stitchy related, but I've shown you guys before about how easy it is to use artist canvases as a way to fully finish. So I bought a couple odd size artist canvases. So we have an 8x8, a 10x10, and then a 9x12. This is a 2-pack, 9x12. So I have to go through my finished pieces that are awaiting fully finishes to see if these will fit anything. But I just like buying the odd designs that, you know, isn't like your 5x7 or 11x14 kind of thing. So I got those. These were 30% off. And then I also bought this tiny little frame, 2.5 by 3.5 inches, because sometimes you get a little small you want to put in a frame. So that was also on sale. So I got those. Let's see. I forgot to talk about it in my last video, but my whip parade got me over 4,000 subscribers. I believe I am approaching 4,200 now. So thank you to all my new subscribers. Thanks for joining me. I don't really have a giveaway, but I do have something. You'll understand. A couple of things I have that I am no longer interested in or no longer need. First off, this is a mostly finished bookmark, you know, black work cross bookmark. I have not done anything to the back. I was originally making this for somebody many, many years ago, and I was thinking about, you know, what Bible verse or whatever to put down here. I no longer have a need of this. So if anybody is interested in this, I cannot give you, like, it did come as a set, but I can't give you those charts because I bought the PDF. It's got my name on them. So if you like this cross bookmark, use the word cross in your comment. I will send that anywhere because it'll fit in an envelope really nicely. And then one of the UFOs from 2021 that I no longer am interested in working on is a Mystic Stitch paper chart, Star Wars by Andy Reid. Let's see, 375 by 295, and it's got over 80 colors in it. You might not think so, but it's got over 80 colors, and I'm not just giving away the chart. So the chart itself, I haven't done anything to because I first started it on paper, and I made a working copy, and I was working off of that. So the chart is pristine, in really good shape. I have this on 25 count, easy count. So this is my UFO. You're not going to get my needle minder, but I've got 2.5 pages done. And why you might not want this, for 2 reasons. So I do continental tent stitch, and my stitches go from top left to bottom right. And I have no way of telling you Like, I don't have a working copy with the progress of this page completed. So it would take some work to finish this page, and then it'd be pretty easy to progress on the rest of the piece. What I had done in 2021 is I had spent the time to upload this whole thing into Pattern Keeper and marked off my progress, and was working on this when the shit hit the fan. Stuff I won't go into. I don't have that file anymore. I don't have the Pattern Keeper progress file. So, and I did not, at that time, I was not saving my progress daily like I do now. At the end of every day, like, you know, I work on three pieces a day now. Sometimes all 3 of those pieces are in Pattern Keeper. Every time I put that piece down, I am uploading the progress into Dropbox. Just to cover my ass. Whether it's something that happens to the tablet, you never know what's going to happen. I am uploading my progress every single day because since I do stitch cross country by page, by color, it's not something I want to get into to remark progress. So if you are interested in Star Wars paper chart from Mystic Stitch, put Star Wars in the comment. Whether you want this or not, let me know that too, because I can always cut this piece off and use the rest of the fabric for more bookmarks. So if you're interested in my UFO, you know, put Star Wars UFO, or just say Star Wars chart, whatever. And I'll send this anywhere too. It won't take that much. It won't break my heart if you don't want my progress. I completely understand that. I would not want to, you know, try to figure out my progress on this page either. That's why it's been a UFO. So, those are 2 things I am willing to give away right now. Let's see. March plans. Obviously, I'm going to be working on Jelly World and Kindred Spirits. I told you I'm going to be putting in 100 stitches per day on my stained glass pumpkin. The movie challenge in Full Coverage Fanatics is action and adventure genre. So I will be working on Midnight Munchies by Randall Spangler. This is the color expansion version. This one, because action and adventure, you see a dragon about to have a midnight snack, but look what's behind the clock. There's about to be something, you know, going on here. So that fits the theme for adventure and action. I've only got partial page down here done, so I'll probably work on the page next to it. So we'll get more chocolate chip cookies. So in February I used Kindred Spirits for the romance genre. And I also used it for the color for the purples for Pisces. In March, we start Aries zodiac symbol. So because Aries is a fire sign, that's me, I am going to be working on Supersize A Confabulation of Dragons by Scott Gustafson, because dragons breathe fire. So I will be working on this one towards the end of the month. My birthday is March 26th. So I am an Aries. We'll be working on that one. Let's see. And I think I want to put some stitches into Victorian Lady by Joan Elliott. My whip on that one. So we can get some progress. And as I said, plans are meant to be changed. I need to see what the Stitches So Beautiful challenge is going to be. I might start a bookmark. You'll have to come back in a month to find out what I work on. Excuse me. I am still working on bobbinating my master set of CXC. I'm in like the 450s right now. I haven't been doing very much on it because that would take up my stitching time. And then my only non-stitching update, because nothing really happened in February because it was cold, is my oldest daughter and I are looking at what the horse show season is going to look like for us this year. And I say us because I'm considering getting back into the showing and potentially going for my bronze medal in the U.S. Dressage Federation. So I need 3 more scores. So I'm looking at the show schedule to see if I can get that done, and then she can have the majority of the rest of the show season to show Spencer. Spencer needs some tuning up, so we are going to work on seeing if that is possible. So I'll be going out into the cold right now because we had some warmer temperatures, and then it dropped again last night. So we are back below freezing. So anyways, I hope everybody has a good stitching month. I will see you the beginning of April, and have a good day. Bye, guys.